Good morning, Fargo. My name is Tony Gehrig, Fargo City Commissioner, and this is your recap for the November 21st Fargo City Commission meeting. There were multiple things on the agenda this week, but I'm going to focus on just one issue because I believe it is that important. Item 45A was an application filed by Border States Electric for a 10-year pilot exemption, payment in lieu of taxes, meaning they just won't pay taxes. For the first 5 years, it's a 100% exemption, and for the 5 years after, it is a 50% exemption. That equals out to $1.75 million over the 10-year exemption. At the meeting, I called this FedEx Part 2. And if any of you know anything about the FedEx exemption, you know that isn't a good thing. Now, why did I call it that? Number one, this company was going to do this project no matter what. I asked the question at the meeting, why are you staying here in Fargo? They gave a litany of reasons why they were staying here, all valid and very good reasons. And I should step back and say, I do not blame Border States Electric or any other company for seeking incentives. We offer them to our own detriment, and as a smart business, you go out, you seek those things, and you find out ways to make your business more efficient, and one of those efficiencies would be to get rid of property tax. Any one of us would do the same thing with our homes or our small businesses if we could. I blame the government for offering it. This is a government problem. Now, back to the issue. A $1.7 million exemption, and when asked if they would do this project anyway, they said yes. I asked specifically for reasons why they're staying here. They gave a bunch of great reasons. And then I asked the pointed question, if we don't grant you the exemption, are you leaving Fargo? The answer was absolutely not. And that is a quote. Absolutely not. We still gave them the exemption in a 4-to-1 vote for a 10-year, $1.75 million exemption. FedEx was about $620,000. This is 3 times the size of that exemption, and the Fargo Forum did not find this information valuable enough to print an article about it. They were at the meeting. I saw them there. They printed about quiet zones in Fargo, which we didn't even vote on. We received and filed it. So if the Fargo Forum isn't going to report on this, I am. And I'm going on radio and TV, and anyone who will listen, this on Facebook and YouTube and the rest, to tell the people of Fargo that unless you start speaking up, these exemptions will continue. I know that many of you aren't happy about them the way that I am. And not only us being unhappy with it, the state of North Dakota, the legislators out in Bismarck, have taken notice. And if we continue to abuse this program, they will take away our toy. And they will say no more exemptions, period. That's not the best answer. However, these exemptions impact their budgets as well. If you get a pilot exemption or a TIF or a Renaissance Zone exemption, you also get along with it income tax exemptions, which affects the state budget. So we're taking mills from the school board, we're taking it from the park board, we're taking it from the airport, we're taking it from vector control, and yes, we're taking it from the city commission, and we're exempting them without their say-so. We're also taking money from the state without their say-so and applying it to these exemptions. I told Border State in an email before the meeting, and I met with them after the meeting and said, thank you for growing in Fargo. Their business is very valuable to me and to this community. And they understood that this is a policy problem, not a Border State Electric problem. But I cannot emphasize enough how disappointed I am that this was a 4-to-1 vote. The people of Fargo, I think, have spoken pretty loudly. The FedEx deal was a horrible deal for Fargo. This deal is as bad, only 3 times bigger. And when a company comes to you and says, we will do whatever we're going to do without the exemption, whether we get it or not, it is no longer an incentive. It's a giveaway, it's an entitlement, but it is not an incentive, because by definition, an incentive makes you do something you would not otherwise do. And that's not what happened here. The people of Fargo should be outraged. They need to make their voices heard. Contact the city of Fargo, email, phone calls, knock on our doors, come talk to us, because they're not hearing your voices apparently. So this was a 4-to-1 vote. That was the only dissenting vote on this. So please share the video, tell your neighbors, tell the other people in the city of Fargo, and please keep paying attention to how your Fargo City Commissioners are spending your dollars. Thank you.